Hello, 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 and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jameelah, and I am a master manifester, and I'm sure you are too because you're watching content like this. The name of this channel is Manifesting Magic the Practical Way because there are a lot of practicalities to manifesting the lives that we choose. Anyway, what I'm talking about today is going to be silence, right? Silence. So, do you ever hear the term where people talk about when someone, okay, this could even be just yourself. um when something needs to change or you need to do something differently in life, often sometimes we what the first thing that people do is they kind of start complaining about it, or they start sharing information about why they think this thing is not what they want and why they want to go do something else, whatever it is you choose. Let's see. Making sure my mic is all the way in. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, whatever it is you choose, you can go do something else, or whatever. But there's some power in silence that I don't think is always discussed, right? When we are truly done with something, or when we are truly over something, or something is not working for us, and we've had this really rough go of whether I should keep it, whether I should let it go. This could be relationships, this could be jobs, this could be running a business, and whether or not that business is serving you, it could be anything. Whether or not, um, an idea or a mindset is serving you, right? And sometimes we go through these things and we have to have, like, I would say, a come to Jesus, right? We have to have like a reckoning. Like, we have to hit the reset button. We have to come to the reality of, like, okay, what am I creating? What am I doing? What is important to me? And will I, what is important to me? And is this thing, people, place, a thing, whatever, is it what I need? And so you might complain and you go on and you fuss and you carry on about it. But what people rarely talk about is the fact that when you are truly ready for change, or you are truly ready to create something new, you get really silent, right? Because there's ways that, okay. So I should have started this video off with 3 ways that silence is super important in your life, right? Because that's what it should have been. But we're gonna just keep on going, right? Because I was cleaning out my thoughts, and sometimes we need to do that. So 3 ways that silence is very, very important. The first one is going to be when you are truly ready to make a change, or when you are truly ready to overhaul something in your life. You no longer sit around and complain about that thing, right? So you may have had moments or times in your life where you just, like, I'm sick of this person, this boyfriend, this relationship. I've had boyfriends out the, everybody's had relationships throughout the years. And then you get to a place where you just like, I'm not feeling this anymore. We've fought, we've had conversations about what I like and what I don't like and what's not changing and all this sort of stuff. And I don't really see this being exactly what I want it to be, right? Well, what I noticed every single time when those situations happened was that there was a silence that happened, right? And it was almost like a silence of energy, but it was a silence directly coming from my end. Like, when the words are no longer necessary because the words are not getting the point across, and the mindset is clearly not where it should be with whatever you're trying to create with someone else or whatever. And you know that the universe or God can be the only change or shift that's going to create what you need to happen in your life. And if it's not going to happen through those means, then you know it's probably not going to happen through your forcing or pushing or pulling, right? So you get silent right before that big change, right before that thing that you know needs to happen. You get quiet. You get quiet mostly because you want to hear the quiet and the subtle utterances of the universe. You want to hear that information being conveyed to you. So there's a part of you that's survival and even instinctual that gets quiet because you know you need to be paying attention, because the next move is going to show up, but you know it's going to be subtle. And you can't have any of your life energy going towards this thing that's just not what it's supposed to be, right? So the silence comes. The silence comes. I've seen it before. Every big breakup or anything I've ever done, every big break with a position or a job, it's silence, right? Another way that I think silence is very pivotal in your life is going to be the idea that everybody talks in moving in silence, right? The reason why moving in silence is so important, or either doing what you need to do in life and creating what you want and allowing people to discover it, is because we are not always solidly placed inside the next level that we want to. We're not. We're like on the edge. We're teetering on it. And so when we get around people or we get around environments that are telling us that the opposite is true, that are telling us that we're not great, that are telling us that we're not special, that we don't have any kind of talents that can bring anything to the environment. When we get in places where it's smothered or something like that, then you know, okay, well, this isn't the kind of place where I want to share this type of thing. This isn't the kind of place where I want to do this type of thing. This isn't the kind of place where I want to create this type of thing. You know what I mean? This isn't that place. And so moving in silence works in your favor because it allows your mind not to get contaminated with other low frequencies or low vibrational mindsets or attitudes, right? You start sharing with people about this big great thing that you want to do and what you want to accomplish and be and all this stuff, and if it intimidates them or bothers them in any kind of way or makes them feel insecure in any kind of way, then you're caught up with that energy floating around you now, right? So it's just best if people are not even aware most of the time of what you got going on. I've always done this with the workplace. I never go on about my personal life and talk about anything that's going on with me. Nothing important. They don't really deserve it because we're not there because I'm friends. We're there because this is a skill set I have and it's a way to make money. Let's just be honest. And during that way of making money, hopefully I can impact some lives positively for the better in this environment. But as far as me going on about what's happening in my world and all that kind of stuff, no, thank you. And like all that stuff, okay, this is not moving in silence, but it's a side note. If you don't want to be sitting at that desk forever, I saw this was a Tabitha Brown. Get that stuff off your desk. I started this new position that I'm in temporarily because everything's temporary, strategically, and there's nothing there but my computers and the monitors, and I take the computer home every day. The people at work have given me some trinkets. I left that at the desk because it's just not. That's not my home. It's not a personal. I don't want to be so comfortable there that I think it's home. Because if they decide tomorrow that the department is too big and they need to cut people away, then I'm going. So I mean, I have this reality. I'm not bitter or upset about it, but I know that it's important in those type of environments to not share every single thing I have going on in my life because they're not doing it and they're going to get intimidated by it. They're going to feel some kind of way by it. They'll try to start controlling you or they'll try to start throwing a monkey wrench in your plans or whatever. I've done it so many times. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm working on this and doing this, thinking that the people I'm working with was going to be excited. They're not. Move in silence, right? That's another way that silence is important, two ways. And I think the third way is in your personal life or in your professional personal life is taking moments of silence all throughout your day. Silence is so important in that way because, you know, when you are amongst a lot of people throughout your day, you're hanging around people, you're interacting with them, you're picking up all their different energies and you're picking up all their different mindsets constantly, right? And so you don't mean to, but your energy, your body, your mindset is very receptive. What silence allows you to do is hit a reset button throughout your day, and then you can almost create like a force field around yourself again. Because throughout the day, it's like the ozone layer. It starts getting depleted the more it gets banged at. You know, the more people start telling you about somebody, and you start hearing someone gossiping over there about who's not doing what. Then you start hearing people going on, oh, you know, the people at the top, they can do whatever they want. And I'm like, I hate slave mentality, talking and mindsets. And so it's like you're trying to get out of it. You have to go somewhere and create a bubble of silence for yourself so that you can get back to those thoughts that you know are beneficial and that are positive in your life, that work for you in your life, right? It's so easy to absorb everything that everybody's talking about all day, every day. Silence is so important because it allows you to see more clearly where you're at, especially if you're frustrated or especially if you are, you know, if you find yourself in any level of discomfort that you want to address. You want to make sure that you've gotten that time to yourself to just say, hey, what is it am I actually doing? I'm actually doing that this morning. I'm actually sitting here and I was just like, this is a good day for some meditation. It's a great day to reassess if the directions that I'm moving in is going to be beneficial in every aspect of my life, for my children, for my significant other, for myself, for my career, for my future. I mean, like, these are the things that are important to me. And like, what about my today? I need my today to be beautiful too. So this is a perfect day for meditation, for me anyway, to hit the reset button and go into that silence, because that silence is where the clarity comes and where you can really start to clean out the trash, right? So I guess I should have started the video out that way. 3 ways silence can impact your life for the better. 3 ways silence is an indicator. A silence is definitely a major player, I'll say that, Three ways silence is a major player in our spiritual awakenings, right? Anyway, have a wonderful, wonderful day.